Hi everybody. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. 0 people watching. It's okay. You can watch the replay. You can watch the replay. Okay. I don't know how to turn this around. Not the one. Hello. Hi Crystal Divine. I'm not the one. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this around. Let me see. Nope. I'm trying to come. Trying to come on. Let's see. I think I got it. Yay. Hi. Hi. Okay. It's so dark. I even put on, I know it's late and I didn't take my makeup off, but I put a dark lip on for some strange reason. Oh, I know why. Hi, Arkansas White Dove. Hi, Muse News. How you doing? Hi, Rain Cloud. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Let me go into light. Okay. Actually, I want to show you my table, my dining room table, because I cleaned it off the other day and I never got credit from you guys because you didn't know. Let me show you. Oh, it's not a big deal, but let me turn you around. I'm not crazy about the tablecloth, right? It's really busy. It's really busy, but I have a Christmas tablecloth that's red. I think I have a gold one too that I'll use for Christmas dinner. But this is good for wrapping presents. Devin wanted it to be clear, and then he didn't wrap any presents yet. So that's okay. I had to put all my artwork away. Okay. That's I put it in the other room, so that's okay. Let me just move this here. You can't tell, but I really did try to work on this room. I have to vacuum this rug, but anyhow, I want to show you. I sold this. Jesus painting. Let me take it off. It's going to California. Hey, Jesus, you're going to California. Oh, okay, Katrina. I'm going to miss you, but I'm always in your heart. I know, Jesus. You're always in my heart. I love you. Sorry. I'm being a goofball, guys. I'm being a goofball. All right. Yeah. So I got to get that package together. But I wanted to come on because I think I always upset everybody by my little cryptic 3-minute message. I tried to erase it. I tried to put it on private, and then I was like, nah, not gonna do it. I'm putting that on private. I think I put the one on private where I was in the hallway, because I straight up think that those teachers saw it. And I was like, I can't have that. So I think I got it successfully on private, but I'm not sure. Hey, who cares? Okay, so let me just tell you, yeah, I'm really excited about selling um this piece of art, Jesus. And before I sell it, before I send it away, I will tell you guys what it represents, what it means, even if you don't want to know, because yeah, it always means something different to me. But I'm gonna read the 1-page thing that is in the book. But that's not tonight. Okay. So what tonight is about is before I take my sleep medicine and try to go to sleep, because I do have a kindergarten, a first grade class in a school that I like. Um, God is always good. God is always listening. Even if you think He's not listening, He's always listening. So it's like really important. I know it's important for me because I get discouraged and I feel like, oh, I'm not selling any art. And please, dear God, I mean, come on, look what I have on my wall. My artwork heals. Well, that one looks nice up there. My artwork heals. My healing artwork sells every week of every month. There is a market for my healing artwork all over the world. And then we have Jesus that says, judge not, that you not be judged. Why am I telling you all this? I should light some Palo Santo if I can locate where I put everything. Because what I have to do is, when I have to put everything away to get it off the table, I don't know where I put things. Sometimes I put them in a bag and in the cabinet. Then I never look in the cabinet ever again until I clean it out after a month. Anyway, I need some Palo Santo up in here. So let me get it. You guys go over here. No, because I didn't want to worry anybody. I really didn't. And when I got home from work, I was so tired. I was so discouraged. I talked to Devin about this, some private stuff going on too. Mercury is in retrograde, definitely. Definitely in retrograde. I know a lot of people are having similar issues. Probably shouldn't sit down. But I need this burn real bad. Thank you, dear God. Thank you for everything. Let's give this one an extra sage too before it goes off to California. I'll try to get it in the mail for um, Saturday, if not Monday. But definitely, it probably will be. It'll take a long time to get to California. Whenever I send anything to California, it takes a long time. I have a lot of clients in California, um, and it just takes a while. And friends in California, namely my good friend, um, Forever Bella, Butterfly, and Grace. Thank you, Grace. Um, anyhow, sorry about this dark lip. Now I'm rethinking it. Okay. I found it in the other bathroom, so I was like, oh yeah, I thought it was going to be red, but it's kind of like a rusty matte finish. So it's like a dry look. Anyhow, um, so yeah, so Mercury's in retrograde. A lot of stuff is going on with communication being fouled up. And I went back to the school that I went to last week. And I don't know why I said yes. I always see I'm stupid because, and I am. I don't mean to make fun of myself, but I give things too many chances and thinking there's going to be a different result. And no, I didn't have trouble with the teachers. I had a little trouble with like a student teacher, not trouble, but she just undermined me. And I'm not even going to give her energy because it's almost my bedtime. And I don't want to re-stress myself out. But I I always ask God, please show me what to do, how to heal, how to make healing artwork, how to sell my healing artwork, how to get some of this moving. Um, and sometimes I'm told, don't ask. Sometimes I'm told, do not ask. Just leave it be. Leave it in my hands. And sometimes I don't like that answer, so I keep on asking, or I cry about it, or I'm upset about it, or I'm resentful about it. So, anyhow, long story short, as of late, when I was finishing up the project for Jesus, for God, um, he was like, "Will you do this for me?" And I was like, "Will you do? Who's talking?" Okay, because sometimes you don't know if it's yourself, and but then I knew it wasn't myself because I wouldn't ask myself, "Will you do this to me for me? Will you do this for my son? Will you do this favor for me?" And I was like, "Of course, God, dear God, I'll do this for you." And the whole thing was to finish with the God ones, and I have other ones. I have a couple angels that I have on boards, but I didn't finish all of those. They said there's time for that, but the ones that had to get finished by his birthday, with the jewels, with the maybe I didn't put the last layer of shellac, but that's okay. Um, they're in the spare bedroom. But I'm not gonna even do anything. I'm not gonna show you them tonight because it's not for that. Okay. So what happened was I asked God. There's a couple of things going on personally, like I said, and then with this job, and it was the same set of kids, and that's probably why I gave it another chance. It was the same kids, but nobody from the school called me. It just I call up a number and it tells you like a robot tells you, there are 5 jobs and where are the jobs. And so a lot of them I don't take because they're really far away, and I don't go that far away because it's a waste of gas, or I had a bad experience at that school and then I just cross them off my list. So I can't, I always say no to certain schools. So when this popped up, I knew the teacher, I knew the classes, it was 2 classes. And I said, you know what, I'll give them another chance. Maybe they, remember on Friday when they really could care less about my presence and I had to ask them for a thank you. And then the kids that said, nah, I'm good. You have anything else? And that it was total dis. Okay. So anyhow, well, that looks nice. That's a good burn. Thank you. Thank you. There's healing to you guys out there too. Hi, Marshall. I'm from New York, but now I live in Texas. But I lived in New York for 52 years till we moved. I got married and moved here. Anyhow, so um, I was in the school, I was in the class, and I was really trying to put my best foot forward. As soon as I walked in the door, I saw the other teacher that I subbed for. I didn't know if she knew, it was me because we didn't meet. And then I said, "Oh, hi, are you Miss So and so, like Miss Brown?" She goes, "Yes." And I go, "I subbed for you last week for the 3 days." And she goes, "Oh, hi." And she was very friendly. I didn't see her that much. Like the other teacher came in and would like say, "Here's the papers. Here's this. Do you need any help?" I mean, she was nice enough. I didn't have any problem with her. The people in the office, they would say thank you for coming. I don't think a lot of people go there, right? So anyhow, I didn't have it because a lot of people were like, "Oh, the teachers mean to you?" No, they weren't. They weren't. Okay, so basically I was really trying to put my best foot forward and be organized and be kind of strict because I knew what to expect, that some of them were going to pop off. And I especially can't stand people popping off in the morning because the morning to me is sacred and I'm in like a zone. I had hardly any sleep um, because I took my shower late and I just got off to a late start. And I was curled my hair and I had curlers in my hair. My hair was wet and I always have bad dreams. And so basically, I probably got 2 to 3 hours. That's not their fault. That's my fault. I didn't take it out on them, but I had this kid. questioning everything I said with the lesson plan. Okay. Um, no, okay, here's a piece of paper, here's a worksheet. The teacher said specifically time them 30 minutes. Give them 30 minutes because I want them to do a good job on it. I want them to have enough time. He does it in less than a minute and throws the paper up in the air, right? And is talking back to me, back and forth. And I don't yell, but I said, if you keep this up, you're going to have to go in the class next door. But that teacher did not offer that. She did, like the other teacher offered, if they give you any trouble, just send them over. They'll have to stay with me. Um, so I kept saying that. It didn't seem to bother him. Kept popping off. And then a couple other kids said stuff too. And then just like the generalized laughing, talking, they not really talking. They called me bro a couple of times again. And that was, I went into detail with them. So then I just said, I'm writing everything down. And I said to God, please show me if I'm supposed to come back here because the teacher's really sick. They're giving it back and forth to each other. And who knows if it's the big C. Um, and I knew that um, I didn't, the job was available 2 days before, but I didn't pick it up um, because I was afraid of what was going on and that it would go on again. And it did. Um, But then I decided, okay, it must be meant to be. There was no other jobs. Let me just pick it up. Maybe it was me. Um, Maybe they'll be better because they'll know me because I was just there for 3 days. Well, no, nobody said hi. I walked in the class and it was like they looked the other way. Maybe one person, I said, you guys don't recognize me? I was just with you last week. You're not going to say hello? You know my name. And then maybe one person said, oh, yeah, you know, Miss Brady or whatever. Um, I was like, yeah. And I put the date on the board. I put my name on the board. And I'm thinking, like, putting my best foot forward. I'm going to be strict, but not too strict. I'm not going to get my blood pressure up. I'm not going to get my Irish up. I'm just going to try to get through the day and be calm. When I'm like that, it's better for my stomach because then I have less pains in my stomach as well. So then the day started going, the morning started going a little tiny bit better, but then he started in with the talking back to me again. And I'm like, listen, I know the lesson plan. The lesson plan is for me, the teacher. I'm the substitute teacher. I know what the teacher wants. And you just do it. If you have a problem with it, I'm writing your name down. I stopped saying I'm going to send you next door because that wasn't available to me. And also, it's not good to do that because you have to learn to deal with the kids as they are. There's always going to be kids like that. If you get rid of one, then two more will pop off. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's not worth it because I'm just a substitute and I don't sub every single day. And to come to a school and be disrespected like this by these kids over and over again, it's not worth it for me. So a lot of people thought in my little video that I was talking about, I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat. I'll go back to the chat in a couple of minutes, but I just want to get this out because I have ADD, so I will get confused and forget what I'm talking about. And also, I'm old, so you forget, your memory goes. But I said it's not worth it. A lot of people thought I was saying I'm gonna quit subbing. No, no, it takes more to get me down. Okay, I'm a tough cookie, and I finish what I start, and I would never. I don't think I would quit in December. I don't think I would quit. In the middle of the semester, I I will go to May. I would go to May if I was quitting, if I was ending, finishing my subbing out. Um, but no, I just decided it's not school for me. Why should I give up, being a sub? um, just because of this school. It's not the school for me. Like I'm sitting there and I'm saying in my head, please, dear God, just be with me. Help me to stay calm. I didn't want to get my Irish up. I didn't want to get my blood pressure going because then that's a lose for me. Then I'll lose my temper and then I'll feel bad. Um, at first it'll feel good to yell at the kid, but then I'll feel bad. Then you lose control. All right. So I just said, I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. And I did. I left her a hefty note. Not that it'll do any good, but you know what? She'll see the shenanigans that went on. And really it was just the same handful from the other week. Um, long story short, long story longer, um, I started getting messages from God, I believe, or my guides. Just calm down. This is your last day here. So you don't have to get upset. You're going to finish out the day. You're not going to come back here. This isn't the school for you. And you'll go back. There'll be another school. You'll get other gigs. You'll feel more at home. This is how I know. I didn't get one hug. Usually kids always hug me. All right, so you might say, well, they're in fourth grade and it's not a school that um I went there years ago. So I know these kids when they were in second grade. I had them in second grade. Some of them I had them in third grade, but they don't remember me because I didn't go there as much as I go to other schools. But there was a time, I would say in probably 2020, 2020 and 2021 that I did go there a lot, like 4 days in a row. One time I did 2 weeks at the end of the year because the teacher left. She went to Dallas and she left the kids and she quit school and she quit, and these kids thought that she was coming back. So I did the last 2 weeks of school and the principal thanked me personally. Um, but anyhow, um, then I had bad experiences. I had fifth grade where it was like four fifth grade classes and they were just yelling at me and saying all these nasty things. And I said, how would you like if I told your mother and father what you said to me in class, how you cursed at me? I'm an adult. I'm the teacher. And they said, what are you talking about? My mother's in jail and my father's dead. But still, you can't just get away with yelling at a teacher, being disrespectful, throwing things at me. And I'm just a sub. I'm just not gonna go back. I didn't go back to the fifth grade. Now this is fourth grade, so maybe that's when they turn, and get really hard to handle. But I teach fourth grade in other schools, and they're fine. They do their work. So anyhow, it's just the school I'm not going back to. So I just stayed with God in my head. But a lot of other things were happening, so I was very, very sad and upset. It wasn't just that; it was a lot of other things going on. Um, so when I got home, I just went in the bedroom, and I was just changing my clothes and stuff, and still and crying. I cry, it's a release. And oh, the secretary did say, "Oh, are you coming back tomorrow?" And I said no, right away. And she was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." But nobody asked me to come back. But in other words, I'm sure they're going to need a teacher tomorrow, but it's not going to be me. Okay. Like I give people chances. I give kids, especially kids, chances because I love kids and I even love them. But I just thought it was so weird that they were so cold to me. And I was like they didn't want me to be there. Of course, they always want their teacher. Their teacher was sick. Apparently, the sub that was there yesterday, she was a teacher there in the school that retired, and they love her. They loved her. So there was a lot of things just against me, and I felt it. It was like, why should I bother coming to this school? It's not close to my house. I have to get Devin to drive me and drop me off and pick me up. because it's I can't go to certain locations because it's dark in the morning. So tomorrow, oh, so this is what happened. So I went in the bedroom. I cried. I cried about the school. I cried about that was my last day there. They're closing anyway. In May, they're just closing down that school and merging it with some other school that I don't go to anymore. So I basically won't see them unless they transfer to another school. But anyhow, I was just like, I don't know, I was in a sad mood. It was raining out, it was gloomy. The whole school is gloomy because it's closing down, it's broke down. And that made me sad. So then when I was home, I was sad about some other stuff. So I just cried in the bedroom. Then I said, you know what? As much as I had a hard time, I still pushed myself to make a phone call to see if there's another school job for tomorrow. Because, um, I think next Tuesday is the last day of school before the vacation. And something just tells me keep pushing till, till school's out because we're off for 2 weeks. And then there's, you never know if you're going to get a gig early January. So, anyhow, and I know my bill is going to be really big in January, you know, Christmas stuff. I'm not finished with Christmas either. So I call up and I get the school that I love, and first grade. So that's God. The day before, I'm just sitting around. I get an email. I haven't gotten an email in for my artwork, in terms of somebody buying or inquiring about my artwork, probably 3 months. And so then yesterday, I get a phone call to buy my Jesus painting. And I was just like, thank you, dear God. Because I had been praying for it, but then I was told to leave it alone. After I cleaned up the table, I was like, you're done for a little while. I don't have to promote it. I'm not promoting it. I'm not taking pictures. I'm not, I have to be in Christmas mode. So I feel like I did the pictures. I'll do that another time. Because now it's too close to Christmas, except for this Jesus picture. But see how God is good? Because God got me a job, knew that I needed a job. I needed a win, all right? I needed a win and got me the job in the school. So hopefully that'll be good tomorrow. It'll be smooth, I hope. And I think it will be. And what I know for sure is one of those kids are going to hug me. One of those kids are going to be sweet because I've had them before. It's a school that I worked in a lot. And just sometimes, if you get off the schedule and you say no or don't answer for a few times, you kind of get out of the loop and your name goes off their list as a sub that, comes there. So that's why you got to be in it. So I think God's telling me to just, eliminate certain schools and just go to 3 schools because I was going to 10 and then it went down to 8, then it was 5. For a long time it was 5. um so now it's basically like 4. Now I took off this one that I went to last week and today. So yeah, and that's okay. Why shouldn't I just eliminate? Not everybody goes to all these different schools. Okay, 60 years old, right? um it's just that sometimes I do want to work and then I just take the job because there isn't that many jobs. So anyhow, that's my story. I know a lot of people thought I was really, really upset. Something bad happened. I was quitting teaching. No, not yet. Takes more for me. Takes more for me to. I'm like a bulldog, and I'm like, no, actually like the job of teaching. I didn't do much teaching today because they have everything is on their computer. Everything's online. So I really just showed them one math problem. Um, and also, math is not my forte, but of course, I'm going to do whatever I have to do. But it's just, the way they have this set up, I guess for fourth and fifth graders, everything is on their computer, and it's, who's sneaking in games and who's on a different website, and they were doing all kinds of stuff to sneak around. One kid said that his laptop was dead, so he needed to sit near the plug. And you know why he wanted to sit there? Because I couldn't see his screen. And I did walk around the room. But you know what? If they're going to sneak something, they're going to sneak it. So I told them the teacher has the motherboard and has all their names. All she has to do is put their name in and their code, and she could see their history of what they were watching. But I feel like I made the right decision. I'm not going back there. Anyhow, let me see what anybody's saying. Hi, Cindy Farrell. Hi, Tanya Hodges. Hi, Marshall. Hi, Gracie. I'm gonna get your artwork out as soon as I'm not working, so I'll work on it on Saturday if that's okay with you, and try to get it in the. I don't have much to do. I just have to put the folder together with the affirmations and the healing art part of it. Hi, Flyer B. Okay, I'm really behind, so I'm about to go back to see what anybody said. Okay. Thank you for being worried about me, Flyer B. That's why I wanted to come on, because I didn't want you to worry. You know I'm strong like a bull, right? I'm also shaped like a bull. Think about the surprises you find when you do discover where something is. Yeah, that's true. That's true. As long as I found my sage. Yeah, Texas is beautiful. Um, you like the paint on my walls? That was already here. It's like a brown, and I don't really like brown. Almost the whole house is brown. They must have just painted the whole thing, before they sold it. But it's okay because I put my healing artwork on top of it. Teaching is definitely hard. You have 7 siblings that are all teachers? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm from a family of 6, so I have a brother that was a teacher. He was a fireman, and then he was a sub too, and a gym teacher as well. And I have a sister now. She's a paraprofessional, and yeah, it is hard. And then 2 were in the medical field. You chose the medical field because you couldn't take disrespectful kids. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, it's nice when it's all flowing and you feel like you taught somebody something, but as a sub, um, with these older kids in certain schools, they have no respect. They just have no respect, and they don't want to hear from you. They don't want to even, yeah, it's the school though. Thank you, Flyaby. I think I deserve better too. And like, oh, here's another thing. I kept asking God, give me signs to know what to do, because I'm very thick, and like I said, I give people and children a lot of chances. Um, maybe it was just the day. Maybe it's Mercury in retrograde. Maybe it's me. Maybe I, didn't deal with them wrong, the right way. Maybe I was too tough. Um, because they all think they hear my accent and they think I'm mean. But no, the only reason why my accent comes out really thick is when I'm pissed that they did it not just 1 time, 2 times, and then throw up the paper in the air, but like 4 times. No, I'm not doing it that way. I did the paper in 1 minute. Why should I try to do it for 30 minutes? Then, okay, go on this website for 30 minutes and then change it to this other website after you did that, another 30 minutes. This is from the lesson plan. I wrote it on the board, and they still wouldn't do it. There's still questions by five of them. Why should we do that one for 30 minutes? Oh, I can't get onto that app. The teacher knows that. So, okay, so then do something else. Like, I was giving up. I was like, how am I going to get out of it? I made a mistake by taking the job again. It was the same thing, but kind of worse because it kind of hurt my feelings. And, as a teacher, but as an empath, you pick up and you read the room really quickly, and you read the room 1000% more than maybe somebody that has a thicker skin or is not um, psychic walking into a room. Um, so I read the room, and it was like tread lightly. Um, but I thought it was so strange how nobody talked about me being there 3 days before. Nobody talked about anything I gave them. Actually, one girl had a fire in her car, and I gave her a book bag that I had from New York. That was one thing they liked, that I was from New York. Oh, New York's cool. Is it? What did you see? That the building's tall. They all think you live in Manhattan. And you try to tell them, I lived in a place that kind of looks like this little small town, but called Staten Island. But anyhow, um, so I gave her this book bag that I brought in last week because she said that, her stuff burnt up. And I said, did any of the teachers give you? She said, a book's burned in the car. And I said, that's terrible. Did any of the teachers give you new, like, pencil case or pencils? And she goes, well, one teacher gave me a new book, like a notebook. And I was like, okay, that's good. And if I had notebooks, I would have filled up the book bag with it. But I had a book bag that was from New York. It was beautiful. It is beautiful. It's rainbow, and I liked it. But I wasn't using it that much. And I said, you know what? I want to do something nice. And I gave it to her at the end of, I think it was Thursday. Actually, I pulled it Friday, last Friday, pulled her in the class to give it to her. You know what she did? Oh, thanks. And took it. First, she opened it to see if there was anything in it. And I was like, oh, okay, will that be good for you? And she was like, yeah, yeah, because my grandmother mailed me one, but she's running out of money, so she can't mail me that much stuff. I was like, okay, if you could use it, it's from New York. It's a really good one. And if you don't want to bring it to school, that's okay. Just give it to your mom. She could use it too, whatever. Um, I was really begging, fishing for a thank you. And then she just went, yeah, I could use it. And I was like, how about a hug? So she gave me a hug. I had to go fishing for it. So I see her today because I was subbing for her class this time. And she came walking in with the book bag. And she didn't say hi at first. And I was like, is that the book bag that I gave you? And she's like, yeah, yeah. And they don't call it book bag, they call it backpack. So right there, nobody knows what I'm talking about when I say book bag. Um, and and she goes, yeah. I go, what'd your mom say? She goes, yeah, she liked it too. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad you could use it. But it was just odd. To me, it was an odd feeling. I don't know. It was just really weird feeling. Like, usually the kids would say, hey, do you have anything else in your bag? For prizes, or maybe I'll be good, while I win prizes. They didn't even say that. So I said to God, give me signs that'll be very evident that this should be my last day in the school. And boy, did he return those signs, sign after sign after sign. And I was just like, okay. I, I was kind of just numb, going through the motions, trying to get through the day, the switch the class, trying to get the last 20 minutes was like so long. It was just like I had the chairs up and everything, and then I realized it was too early. So I had to make them take the chairs down. By this time, they were screaming and, talking loud. And I said, everybody take out your books. And they just wouldn't do it. They just wouldn't take. Then I gave them a book that was a handout that they told me to hand out. And they were making fun of it. It was made by another school and they were making fun. I was like, I never saw this before. This is so crazy. Hi, Sunkissed. It's okay. You know what? It just I'm over it. I get over things pretty fast. I'm like done with it. Done with worrying about it. I just was in shock because I tried everything I could think of. I tried the reward system. I tried being tough. I tried being nice. I tried being giving. I tried being complimentary. Like when the kid would listen, I would say, "Hey, I knew you could do it. Let me put you on a timer." And he would say, "I'm going to put myself on a timer." And he would time himself. He like I'm putting a timer on my phone. Let's see if you could be quiet. And let's see if everybody could just concentrate for 5 minutes. No talking, no questions, no talking. Just do your work. And they did pretty good. And then I complimented him. I gave him a lot of compliments. It was just like, you know, who throws a paper at the teacher? Who throws a paper up in the air? Then he took his pencil and he kept on jamming it in the pencil sharpener. And I can't take the sound of the pencil sharpener. I don't know, it does something to my nerves. It's like scratching a chalkboard. And I kept saying, no, you can't just sharpen your pencil over and over again. He was doing it because every time I would talk, he would jam his pencil in there so that nobody could hear me because it's an electrical pencil sharpener. It was like a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But I wanted you guys to know that I'm okay. Um, my table's clean. Okay. I'm not crazy about this. It's so busy. It to me it makes it look messy. But I'll leave it for now. Just to work on it for wrapping presents and stuff. And I really miss doing cards. I haven't done my cards, but I can't do them now because it's like if I work, I can't do anything else. And then there was nothing for dinner, so I started making spaghetti after I fell asleep. I woke up at, I guess it was, I just fell asleep for like a half hour. In the meantime, Devin went to bed, and well, he goes in to read, and then I'm like, I didn't have any dinner, and the last thing I had to eat was at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I have to make spaghetti because there was nothing else to make, and I'm making these noodles, and then my stove is really old. It's electric, and it went out. The light went out. So for about an hour and 45 minutes, I was trying to boil these noodles. It came out terrible. So I just had a little bowl of that. Yeah, so what's coming up is I think I'll feel better. I'll feel better when the weekend comes, which is tomorrow, and I get a couple of more presents. Well, I didn't really shop at all for Devin, so I have a couple of presents to get for Devin, and I have a couple of baskets to order for my family. And then I'll feel like I'll just go in my car and do my readings. Sagittarius is up next. Sagittarius, Saggy Waggy, I did not forget about you. But yeah, I miss doing my cards and my readings because I think it helped me relax. After I get off, I'm going to get off soon. I have to take my medicine, and I'm going to put on green music, green noise, it's called. It's the only thing that helps me. It really, like, I don't fall asleep right away. I put it on next to me on my phone, and I keep the TV on because it calms me down. But it's called green noise, and it does help. It really does. So if you need anything to fall asleep, try the green noise. Of course, they show you a picture of green, like different green lights. Supposedly, especially for the ADD brain, it calms down your brain. And, like, you know how I was going to say voices. Not everybody hears the voices, but like you're talking to yourself constantly, like, oh my gosh, I have to iron my clothes, or I have to pick out clothes, I have to make my lunch, I have to take a shower, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do those emails, I have to return, I have to pay bills. And that's what you think of at night, or conversations that you had with people that didn't work out. You rethink of those. When you listen to the green noise, that calms that all down. It kind of rewires your brain so that those thoughts will stop, so that your brain could rest. I'm like, this is a great invention. I think there's also pink noise and brown noise too, but I want to look into them and find out what they're for. I think one of them is very good for pain, and another one is good for energy. But anyhow, it was nice to talk to you guys. It's 46 minutes. I gotta go because I gotta power down, and this is like stimulating for me. So I gotta power down. It takes me a while. I gotta put a patch on. Um, Currently, I'm drinking a little glass of wine. I'll show it to you because I like to show you guys my wine for some reason. Good night, dining room. I know that was weird, even for me. Yeah, I'm drinking this Beringer, just one glass. Beringer Cabernet. It's made in a barrel. It's really good. Let me put it away though, because there's my coffee maker. Don't look at the mess. I'm watching TLC, people who lose like 500 pounds and get the surgery. I don't know why it cheers me up. I have a candle on that smells like cookies. It really does smell like cookies. Let me show you. Okay. Anyhow, here's my wine in a beautiful glass. Cheers, everybody. I like it because it's dry, but I just realized it's friggin' 10 after 12, and I gotta take my medicine and power down. Why am I doing my hair like that? I cut my bangs this morning. I have a bad habit of giving myself a haircut in the morning when I'm half asleep, but I think I did a good job this time. It's fairly even. But anyhow, I love you all. Thank you for worrying about me. You don't have to. I'm strong like a bull. Uh, but when I'm sad, I have a strict face. When I'm mad, I kind of look the same. I wear my heart out on the sleeve. I don't wish to do that. But anyhow, it's okay. Um, yeah, I didn't quit. I'm not a quitter. But see, I'm not a quitter. Anyhow, no, so God is good all the time. I asked God to help me sell my artwork, and I got an email, and I sold my one of my artworks. If I could sell one, then I could sell 10. Okay, I believe in that. Um, then I had bad experience at this one school, and then God gave me the other school that I love to go to. So don't lose hope. Never lose hope, because God is always watching over you. Your angels are always there to assist you. Archangel Raphael for healing body, mind, and spirit. Just ask God to release Archangel Raphael to help you to feel better, to heal. And green noise. Try it. Okay. Love you all. Namaste. Till next time. I'll check in with you tomorrow, I promise. Love you. I'll check in with you from my car because I'm driving myself to work like a big girl and driving myself home. So on the way home, I always get with you. Okay? Love you. Have a good night's sleep. Sweet dreams.